Hey, what's up guys? This video is for Smilegate, how to fix the game, how to fix Epic 7. The community is angry and they have every reason to be, because a lot of the issues in the game have been plaguing the game since the release, since the global release, since before that. I mean, a lot of things needs to be changed to better the game. So some things can be done almost instantly. I mean, just tweaking a few values here and there. Some other things will take more time, of course. But yeah, I have a list I want to go through, problems with potential solutions. And that's why it wasn't an easy video to make. You know, I had to prepare for it. I have to write some notes down, do some math for a bunch of stuff for how much you know, gold costs and all that, to put things in perspective, because currency sinks, gold sinks, they are completely out of hands. You know, I'm a free-to-play player across 3 accounts, been playing on the Korean server, then started on the global server at the launch. And yeah, so let me start with the world boss. The world boss, unfortunately, is very boring for how long it took to implement it. You need to work on the world boss. Make it more fun. Make it have some strategy in there. We're in pre-season now. Nothing is stopping you from improving upon the idea, which is, yeah, from Summoner's War, which, I mean, they had this feature for multiple years in the game. You added a few things about bonuses, but it's largely just a CP battle with the positioning for memory imprints and hitting those bonuses with double classes and hitting the right, having the right element and stuff like that. So yeah, you have heard the community. You will improve on things that I'm going to be talking about, but you have not specified values. We don't know exactly like what you're going to be changing. So you might have heard us, but I mean, don't just give the bare minimum. You need to do some drastic changes, and don't just yeah, give us like a one of this, a one of that, and call it a day. You know, that's not gonna fix it. You're gonna annoy players even further. So the world boss, improve that up on time. It's already in the game. You know, we can get some extra rewards there. You will improve the rewards, and you definitely need to do it. And some of them needs to be much higher, aka the gold. But I'm not gonna go over all of them. You know, I'm gonna go over my list first, see how long it actually took, and see if I do have some extra time to dig deeper into some of the features of the game. So, Hushi, I mean, major scam. You need to rework him completely. I have an idea. You could just put him in a dungeon and we could beat him up. It's not like a funny video here. That's just like, that was an idea that came to my mind. It would actually be fun for the player base to have that in the game, but let's get back to a serious note here. So you need to add more PvE endgame content. Things that are easy for you to actually implement. You are talking about the Hell Raid. You want to release the missing bosses, and you want to improve the rewards. That is good. They just need to come faster, right? You need to release that faster, kind of ASAP. So automated tower, very easy for you to have a hard mode, to be honest. Same as the normal mode. Have some higher values. The rewards could be definitely better there. And that's something. It doesn't have to be perfect when it gets released, but you can work upon it. There's just some immediate action that needs to be done in the game to, yeah, to appease the frustrations right now, because it's too much. It's been piling up. It's been definitely piling up. And as a free-to-play player, I can give you that perspective as well. So Abyss floors, yeah, you can add more floors there. This might require more work, of course. It's not just like tweaking some values for a harder difficulty. Nothing is stopping you from releasing a new Abyss in a different difficulty. I mean, it could be what we have in the game right now in a new difficulty. And the mechanics like, of course, poison and Daydream Joker damage based on target's max HP, and also heroes that I mean, like Dark Corvus, it could be like the bosses are immune to those mechanics, so players won't be able to cheese it, and yeah, things like that. Just a small idea, but yeah. So other things, energy. You know, energy has been an issue for so long now. You know, full energy refill would definitely be amazing. You know, 30 Sky Stones to refill all the energy. 144 energy, that's the current cap right now in the game. So maybe you could meet us halfway, you know, 30 Sky Stones for 100 energy. I'm sure a lot of players would be very grateful for that. Even if it's not a full energy refill, it's just not enough with the super high cost for, you know, the hunts, and of course hell difficulty and the side story that just burns the energy so quick. It's faster, but I mean, yeah, Leaf should give like 120 energy, let's say. We need new ways to obtain Silver Transmit Stone. Silver Transmit Stone, man, you are adding more stuff to the shop here, right? The Molagora, we need those, and we have a quest. We're getting 7 in 1 week. That is not even enough. When we're done with the reputation, we don't have more coming in unless we're selling 3-star penguins, which cost 4,000 stigma each on average, unless we have the 15% time reduction there, but it's still too much. 3,400 stigma. We need stigma for, you know, skilling up our heroes. And a Phantasma here and there is also quite helpful to some players. It's not required, but it is helpful to players that don't have as much time to invest into the game to farm fodders, which definitely are not that easy to obtain. Much easier to get them to max experience, and then you're stuck with no fodders. There's some issues that can be. I mean, there's some ways to go around that, but it requires an insane amount of manual grinding, which is definitely not enjoyable to a lot of players. So Silver Transmit Stone, my god, you added this ego fragment to have self-memory imprints. That's good, but why did it have to cost Silver Transmit Stone? If it does cost that, which it is, well, you need to give us more ways to obtain Silver Transmit Stones. We can get them from the world boss, but it's not enough. It's random. It's enough RNG. There's enough in randomness in the game. Why have some more? We need some more ways. Make it 2 Silver Transmit Stone in the daily. Something simple could be done about it, because Molagora and then Ego Fragment, and then of course you're adding another currency, those gems for the equipment conversion system, which you said you will improve. You need 150,000 experience on across your gear to actually use this system right now. 150,000 experience is an insane amount. It costs insane amount of gold. I'll talk more about that when I get there, but yeah, I have numbers for gold, how much to make a 6-star, how much experience, you know, like I said, is required. Over 150,000 if you're going to be using heroic and epic pieces is just too much, on top of costing gold, on top of being pure like full on randomized beside the main stat, which, well, it's kind of randomized because we need to get those gems. The only way to get the chest is like from here for Silver Transmit Stone, and also I think Hushi can get that thing to appear in the shop for Sky Stones. I could be wrong, but man, that is rough. That is rough. More currencies, more gold sink, more randomness, insane requirements to actually craft something that is almost fully on like random. So yeah, we can target, of course, the set, but you know, we don't even have enough inventory space to hold all these things. Yeah, I'm 6 months in on this Europe account, full on my inventory. Always gotta worry about cleaning, powering gear that I feel is good enough to dump the bad ones. I mean, it's a struggle. It's a constant struggle. Another point I want to talk about, the inventory space. So here, God forbid, we want to buy those artifact charms. Not going to happen. It's free to play. We're going to have to stick with the Molagora only. And once in a blue moon, get those ego fragment if we're lucky in the world boss. You're going to tell us after we're done with this reputation over here, what do we do? What do we even do? It's here. I'm tracking those actually. Unfortunately, I completed the gold one that I've farmed so far. Super mad about that, but whatever. Rank 30 is the last one. Artifact skills, you enhance 300 skills. You're getting silver transmit stones constantly until you do rank 30, then it's over. You're not getting silver transmit stone anymore. I'm just holding it to keep on tracking my stats. There's another one here, total reputation score. I mean, that's going to be stuck in like 15, 16 for a long time. This is definitely not reliable. So what is kind of reliable? Selling 3-star penguins, getting 3-star penguins from the side stories. I mean, this is super inefficient to farm in terms of energy, the side story. Let's just farm the unrecorded history instead. So yeah, on top of everything in the exchange shop that we have to prioritize and buy first, then you want us to buy some 3-star penguins? Oh my god, okay, and then we have to randomize, create some penguins when we need the stigma for enhancing skills and maybe making a phantasma here and there. Of course, we've got the Molagora to make into the forest as well. That costs stigma. So yeah, all these things, man, all these things, definitely we need new ways to obtain silver transmit stone. Make better drops in the world boss for that. We could get a new daily to get silver transmit stone. Have us... there needs to be a way. Uncap this reputation, add another reputation. That's a bandage. That's it. That's a band-aid. It's not going to fix the issue, the core of the issue there. If you keep on adding more currency, more things to buy, more currencies to buy with other currencies like silver transmit stone, yeah, it's getting out of hand. Stop copying Summoner's War. You know, I know it's a winning recipe, right? But you need to be more original. I mean, yeah, the world boss is a perfect example there. That's pretty much like Summoner's War, and they've had this for many years. Just that's why I say improve upon it. You have it in the game, but nothing is stopping you from making it more fun, more strategic. Why can't we use buffs? Why can't we use debuffs? Why can't... it could be an actual battle. It could be the way it is now, but an actual battle that could track a minute of battling, and then, you know, it could extrapolate for 10 minutes the battle. Something of the sort. Could we use our tank or frontliner? The healer could be healing the team. Boss could have mechanics. Of course, it'd be more fun if we're playing with our guilds, like you know, the raid boss in Summoner's War, which I'm sure is going to be a feature that will be added later. But the world boss could have been more fun, more strategic, at least like just simple positioning and you making the use of your heroes, their buff, debuffs, the healing, the mitigation on your tank. It could have been simple, hit the frontliner and try to sustain in each team and use the buff and the debuffs to increase your damage, lower the boss's damage, but it might be too many calculations for you guys. You might not want to have the server cost to calculate all that, do extrapolation for all that. Maybe you guys are not willing to do it, unfortunately. So yeah. So selling 3-star penguins and summoned heroes is not the answer for silver transmit stones. Definitely not. Stop implementing new gold sinks. I mean, there's already enough. There has been enough in the game already. Why add more? I mean, greed just comes to mind every time something like that gets added. New currencies. Why there needs to be so many? I want to talk about pets, how much it costs. To get a specific skill S rank of a pet, you will not believe it how expensive it is on average with the current cost. You could add an auto sell feature to the pet system. You know, we're grinding hunts. You could sell, you know, the blue gear, the rare gear, something of the sort. It's quite simple to add. We just go over we select what we want sold. Maybe it could have item levels as well. You kind of have it in the game already in the inventory. We need more space for items, especially heroes. I mean, you added the thing that when you summon, we don't have space, it goes in that box. That's good, but we need more space for items, man. I'm 6 months in, no space. I'm always in the struggles. Why do artifacts have to be together with equipment, especially the exclusive equipment? Why does it have to be all together? That's so much space being taken. Yeah, the struggle is massive there. Always gotta worry about space. Can't go on side stories, on recorded history, do some farming to get some catalysts and not have to worry about equipment. No, my inventory is gonna be full. Can't just like sell everything. Gonna spend hours on that, be inefficient because I might not be able to enhance every piece of gear to +3, 6, maybe bring it to +9, see what happens. Maybe it's gonna end up being good. No, and then you want us to keep pieces of gear to actually use your equipment conversion system, which is total garbage right now. Oh my god. Why do we need this gem for pieces on the left side? Why? Why? We shouldn't need to get that attack flat main attack for the weapon. Why do we need that? It should only be for the right side if you want to keep those gems in the game. Leave the left side gear alone, please. And you need 150,000 experience across your items when you're gonna be to do it here. It's ridiculous. I'm not gonna give a demonstration because I've done all the calculations already. Unfortunately, we have to use the exact set that we want. So that's so many pieces we need to keep to actually use this system, guys. It's too much. It's way too much. And the quality, the progress, like I said, 150,000 XP worth. Garbage. Garbage. You need to cut that. Even in half is not enough. I'd say a third of the XP should be required. Why don't we have an option that uses experience and another option that uses duplicates of the wrong main stat for piece on the right, whatever. We could use maybe 5 of the exact quality that we want. Let's say we use 5 epic chests and then we could get a random one. But why you gotta jack the gold cost? Why you gotta add new currencies? Why we need layers upon layers of randomization? And of course, it'd be too much to ask to get a specific substat. That could be in another system later on, I guess. But man, so much potential with these new features. Disaster. Disaster. Just think about what you're adding to the game before adding them. Like, test it, like, and retest it. I mean, maybe you could have a beta server and have the community help you there. Why do you have to do it all on your own? You clearly need some help there. Have feedbacks from the community. Have a beta version of the game. That would be great, actually. That would solve so many problems. I mean, players that help you there, they could sign a contract, whatever, that they not gonna like talk about features that will be added, or even if you are willing to let us talk about them, content creators could start hyping up new features when they know it's progressing well, stuff like that. I mean, you need more communication with the player base. You need to communicate better with the content creators. I'm not even part of the content creator program because I did apply to it on the second month it was released. And then I figured I didn't get an answer. And then I was like, I'm a free-to-play player. Players that are part of the content creator program are receiving Sky Stones. So I don't want no Sky Stones. I want to stay free to play. And because that's how I like to test my games. That's how I play my games. That I want to show my community that you know, it can be done. The game is enjoyable, it's playable, it's enjoyable as free to play, and you need free to play players if you want your game to be successful. That's just the way it is. So I love to be efficient and teach other players about being efficient, and try to have them enjoy the game more and more. So yeah, let's talk about other things, right? We have, what do I have here? The storage, yeah. Increase item storage ASAP, please. Heroes, it can't wait. Limited heroes should not be immune to nerfs, guys. Limited heroes definitely should be able to be nerfed. You are releasing limited heroes that are OP, overpowered. Dizzy is one of them. Like, when I saw her kit, I was like, do you guys even know how powerful those debuffs are? You are putting so much into one hero and to one skill. It is ridiculous how powerful it is. You need to be willing to nerf those heroes. You can't just try to apply bandages, you know, try to release a hero to counter. It's not working. Most of the community can't even obtain those new things you're trying to, those new heroes and all of that, and then that's the heroes that they might not have gear to actually use. It's a never-ending cycle. Maybe that's how you guys want the game to be like, but when it's overpowered, it needs to be tuned down. You know, a lot of players enjoy PvE, a player versus environment. They don't enjoy player versus player. So you need to have more PvE content, because when you have overpowered heroes and a meta that is fairly stale, I mean, players don't enjoy those things. A lot of players don't enjoy those things, so they stick to PvE. And if they clear the whole thing, then what do they have left to do? You know, of course, there's always the never-ending cycle of getting better gear. It's impossible to get a perfect piece. That's kind of a beauty in itself. That's how I kind of like it. But there is nothing stopping you guys from helping us have an easier time with that. And I mean, stop putting sticks in our wheels when it comes down to like helping us, you know. You're trying to implement systems to make our life easier, to have a use for those like terrible flat main stat pieces gear on the right side, or gear that rolls so terribly, or that flat stat epic piece, every roll keeps on going in the flat. Ways to get rid of those pieces to potentially get something that is actually usable. That was kind of the point with this system, but you definitely need to improve a lot there. So yeah. Exclusive equipment should help heroes who are the weakest first, or you should just straight up buff those weaker heroes. I mean, you release exclusive equipments for some heroes that don't need it right at this second, aka like Charles. Are you trying to make him a better counter to Seaside Bellona because you don't want to like nerf her? It's quite ridiculous. So yeah, gear removal should be free. It's been said times and times again, or it should at least be much cheaper. Why should we have a gold cost when it comes down to removing exclusive equipment? I mean, we want to try things out. It's a simple item that does change things in the hero. I mean, lower the cost at the very least of exclusive equipment removal. Artifacts, we want to like try different things, and for PvE or PvP, we're not gonna build duplicates of heroes just to have the artifacts stick onto them. That doesn't make sense at all. Equipment removal definitely could be more fun if it would be free, or at least much cheaper. We could test things. We could be having fun trying things out when we're waiting for PvE endgame content. Help us, guys. help us help you, you know, buy you more time. So pet the homemade snack, you know, if you want to keep it in the game, if you don't want if you don't want auto repeat to not cost anything, God forbid, it would have been too good, right? So if you want to stay closer to the way Summoner's War has been doing it, unfortunately, then give us a way to get more homemade snack, right? Right now, as free-to-play players, we can get 498 energy in one day. 498 energy, that doesn't account for web event, that doesn't account for side stories leaves, that doesn't account for the gifts we get in the mailbox on top of the monthly leaves we get in the login. It doesn't count for that. So let's say 500 energy per day. We're doing our dailies, we're down to like 300 to 400 energy depending on the difficulty we did. Those adventure stages could have been hell or hard in the side story, things like that, or we could have done on recorded history for 8 energy per run, things like that. And then we can run the hunts, right? So could we at least have homemade snacks to do, you know, let's 20 runs, maybe it's too much for you guys, because let's say 300 to 400 energy with energy return in some of the runs. Let's say it's 20 runs we're going to be doing with the leftover energy in one day. You know, the homemade snack, if you're not going to give us 20 per day, you're going to add a daily you're talking about that gives us homemade snack. But, I mean, give us half at least, something like that. You have an event now, you're giving us 10 per day. Because you know it's not enough. You want to keep it. You don't want to get rid of that currency. But you could change the way it actually works. It could be an instant completion tickets, which is not definitely something that you want to add because the game is about playing the animation. So if we're skipping, that doesn't make sense. Sorry, I was drinking a bit here. You could have these homemade snack. Maybe the pet could increase our gameplay speed, you know? Maybe we could run at double speed. The fighting could happen at double speed beside the animations. Maybe it could be triple speed. Maybe double speed's already planned. Sorry about that. My girlfriend noticed that my voice was actually changing. So like this is my second take on the video. Actually, it's more take than that because I had to like do the video faster and faster because it's a lot of information. So she was making a drink for me, you know, some ginger, honey, lemon tea. So it's better now, I think. Yeah, I feel better. So let's continue here. So the homemade snack, you don't have to remove it. Instant completion tickets might be too much. Could be a double speed boost or triple speed boost, some sort of thing like that. And it doesn't have to last for the whole battle. It could be, you know, it could also be for a certain amount of time of in-game battles. So it could be used in other modes and it could be resumed and stuff like that. Maybe we want to use it for a certain portion of like clearing the labyrinth and then turning it off when it comes down to the boss, when we want to manual and things like that. So I think that could be a cool feature. You should give special frames or some kind of appearance change to the top guilds in the Guild Wars. When you're at the end of the season, they worked really hard to stay at the top. I mean, they are like swapping gear and doing a lot of stuff to maximize their chance to win and like just like, you know, brainstorming team comps to counter whatever is being thrown at them. But a lot of times the meta gets pretty stale and it gets to like pretty much the same type of like group compositions. But yeah, I mean, they need to get some kind of rewards. It doesn't have to be big. A frame, a special frame, you know, could be very simple to add. It's already in the game. So just add frames and give them as rewards to the top ranked guilds. It's not much, but it will definitely make them happy. Cost for pets. Let's look at it right here. The pets, right? 100,000 gold. This needs to be cut not in half. It needs to be cut like slashed by 5. Maybe even more than that. Because look at this. With the current cost of 100,000 per, look how ridiculous it is. Look at how ridiculous this thing is. We want a skill, a specific skill for a lobby pet or a battle pet. I'm assuming, and I feel that's pretty accurate, it's a 50-50% chance. 50% to get lobby, 50% to get battle pet. We have 6 skills for lobby pets, we have 9 skills for battle pets, right? That means if we want an S rank skill, a specific S rank skill, For a lobby pet, it's 1 chance in 240 summons. Are you kidding me? That's 24 million gold to get a specific skill S rank for a lobby pet. Now, for battle pets. Battle pets are the ones that we need the most of, right? It's 1 chance in 360. That's 36 million gold. 36 million gold. You want to give us 1 pet adoption summon per day? That's going to take a year to get a specific S rank skill on average, you know, for a battle pet. And we need multiple combinations for different setups. I know you want your system to not be rushed unless players are willing to spend Skystones money to or just dump their Skystones, but that's definitely not the way to go as free to play. You can use your gold, but at the you know, just don't dump everything. Use what you can spare if there's any. That's the problem I have to get into, the gold sinks. So it's ridiculous to get a specific one. I know you lowered the thing that like 3-star, the generation, what is it, 2, like can obtain 2, they select 2 skills, right? It's easier. That's good you did that, but still obtaining pets is ridiculous. I lucked out. I got some special pets, right? Special form pets. But it's definitely too expensive. Even if you want us to do this on the long term, should we settle for B rank skills, A rank skills, waste some gold to get those things going, to get the generation higher? I mean, make it easier for us. This is so expensive for something that was supposed to be a quality of life change. A simple auto repeat that we can just turn on, turn off, doesn't require currency. Too much to ask, I guess. Too much to ask. So let me break down some costs. And yeah, first I'm going to talk about the equipment conversion system, right? You need 150,000 experience worth across your 10 slots, the 10 gear you're going to put in there. You could do it with only 2 pieces of gear that are at plus 15. You're going to hit that epic quality. You can craft, you know, whatever main stat you use for the gem. And then whatever sets that you use for those 2, you could have 2 of the same set to have a 100% chance to get that set with that slot, with that main stat. Or you could have 2 different sets that you want, let's say, and it's going to be a 50-50. So there's different ways to go about it. You don't have to put 10 pieces in there. You can put between 2 and 10. I mean, you could just put 1 if you want to gamble. But definitely, it's not even a gamble. You cannot hit the quality that you want, so it's not even worth it. So what needs to be done here is it needs to be slashed 2 times, not even enough, I think. 3 times would be more realistic. And you should have a different mode, like I said. Have pieces of gear, same slot, same set. And you could get, maybe you sacrifice 5 terrible ones, don't have to be enhanced, and then you get a new random one. Definitely that would help. The numbers could be changed. I mean, that's just like off the top of my head, something like real quick. But here, things that I wrote here, the experience that you need to plus 3 is 2,000 experience roughly, plus 6 is 7,000 experience needed. In terms of like, if you want to use charms, right, to hit those enhanced levels. Plus 9 is 18,000 experience, plus 12 is 39,000 experience. Plus 15 is 80,000 experience roughly. It's ridiculous, guys. It's a lot of experience, and you're asking us to hit 150,000 experience worth. That means with plus 3 enhance, if gears are only at plus 3, we need 75 pieces of gear. Not gonna happen, we only have 10 slots. Plus 6 gear, that's not gonna work. We need 22, we only have 10 slots. Plus 9 gear, we need 9. And we can hit it. But that's so unfortunate. Most of the time we don't bring stuff to plus 9. Plus 9 is ridiculous. We're trying to see if we can actually, you know, get a high roll. Maybe we get a mid roll. Maybe we get a low roll, but we're getting the substat we want. Maybe all the substats we can use. So we eventually bring them to plus 9. We're disappointed. We want to get rid of it. So we use the equipment conversion system. But still, if you're asking us to have 9 pieces of the same slot for the set that we want, at +9. Are you kidding us? That's too much. Or you could do 8 at +9 and like 1 at +6. Who cares? It's too much. Or we could use like 4 piece at +12. Still way too much. Considering it's the same slot, the experience requires too much. The gold cost to get those enhanced levels is crazy. To get 80,000 experience, it costs 1.65 million gold. To use item level 44 gear, if you're gonna sell those instead, that could have been 270,000 gold, let's say. That's 1.92 million gold to get an epic item level 85 piece to +15. Almost 2 million gold, guys. Almost 2 million gold. You want to make a 6-star hero, is going to cost 1.85 million gold. Almost 2 million gold. Those are gold sinks already in the game. There's the randomization. It's a gold sink because that gear will be replaced later on, or it will roll poorly and we won't use it for so long, or maybe not even use it at all, but we're not going to bring it at +15 if it's total garbage, of course. But your system is like asking us to bring shit at +15 so we can actually use your system to get some more shit. So it doesn't work. If you want to bring a heroic piece at +15, item level 85 is gonna require you 73.8 thousand experience. It's gonna cost you almost 1.5 million gold just from enhancing with equipment. 1.474 million gold, and then you sacrifice item level 44 gear. You're losing 250,000 gold because you could have sold them. You're at 1.72 million gold, right? That's too much. The numbers are not making any sense. We're struggling with gold. We're struggling with energy. We could get gear, more gear, you know, more gold if we had more energy, but you don't want to give it to us. So you have to give us something there. It's crazy. The gold sinks, I mean, you need to slash those prices, or you need to give us more ways to obtain gold. The world boss giving us 6,000 gold, that's a joke. It needs to be at least 3 times more, and that's not even a realistic way to obtain gold. We need a way to really obtain gold. So gold dungeon, it's been told multiple times. I've seen it in Reddit multiple times in the comment section that a lot of games are doing it. It would be simple, it would be part of the daily routine. Add that, you know. But if you are slashing prices on, you know, the gold sinks, I mean, it would help already there. We wouldn't even need the gold dungeon. We could just play and do things like farming hunts to get gear and get the gold on the side, instead of farming the hunts just for gold, because we're not gonna get gear because we need to craft it or use the equipment conversion, which we can't use. So it doesn't work. We could be playing the hunts. You have to give us more gold there. Those events for getting more gold doesn't work. It helps, but I mean, a lot of players can't even like dedicate as much time during the weekend. God forbid those homemade snack, we can't even save enough for the weekend for those events so we can farm non-stop, you know, when we sleep, whatever. So the inventory space, we're always out of space. You gotta worry, increase that inventory space. A lot of stuff can be done right now in the game, changing some values. Very simple from your side, guys. Smilegate's developers, ask the higher ups, you know, get these ideas, get them inside the company, man. Like, get it going, or tell us we're not gonna do it. Forget it. Just tell us. My God. Okay, so other numbers. So yeah, the pet system change needs to be done. World boss, you will change some stuff. You will give us more homemade snack. Give us a reasonable amount, a good amount. Don't make a fool of us. Don't make a joke. Like, give us a good amount of them if you're gonna stick with those homemade snacks so we can auto repeat. Have the pets open those chests. Why are they not opening the chests automatically if even we're not auto repeating? It doesn't make any sense. You need to let us do that. You need to have the pets go in the portal, open the chest, because that doesn't make sense at all. Like, where's the quality of life? Where are those improvements? We don't see them. Do you see them? Do you test it? You need to test more. Don't release some features that have not been tested, or that you want to test later, or you want us to test it for you. It's already enough. You've done it enough already. Do a better, like a better test version for the game for the future patches. Have the community help you. If you don't have the resources, if you don't want to employ new employees to do it, we can help you guys. But you need to want to be helped. That's the thing. Do you want to be helped? Or just tell us. Tell us if you don't want to improve on these things, those major problems. Stop adding currencies. We have enough. It's enough currencies now. So many were added recently. It doesn't make sense.